It was late in the afternoon when we reached the outskirts of the town bordering the forest area. There were no markets or shops, just a roadside stand where we had our tea. Babaji had me ask the chai wala to prepare our food for the night. Kanhai Lal was asked to search for some accommodations. He said, there are no houses nearby. How can we get accommodations? Babaji pointed to a building a little further away. That is a government inspection house. Talk to the chokidar there. Kanhai Lal went, then returned disappointed, saying the chokidar will not allow us to stay without a written order from the authorities. Babaji said, you don't know how to tackle such situations. Give him 10 rupees and he will open the doors for you. This is what happened, and we went there for the night. After we had fixed up our things, Babaji said we should go and take our food because the area was not safe at night. The forests were infested with wild animals. When we reached the chai shop, Babaji asked for his food, but it was not ready. Some vegetables were cooked, but not the one we had especially requested for Babaji. I was much distressed because Babaji was pressing for his food. I rebuked the shopkeeper who said that since the squash was only for one person and would not take much time to prepare, he had kept it as the last item. It would be ready in a short while. But Babaji wouldn't wait. He was sitting in the car and I carried his chapati to him since that was already baked. He knew how very painful it was for me to serve him an incomplete meal and he tried to console me. Dada, do not be distressed. Get me a pinch of salt. You do not know how sweet it tastes. I have eaten such kind of food very often. I brought some salt and stood beside him, keeping the salt on my palm. He praised the food. A hot chapati with a pinch of salt is the sweetest food to eat. Of course, I was not convinced and continued to be sulky. Most of us could not take our food that night as we had already lost the taste for it. Our visits to different places were to begin early in the morning. At daybreak, Babaji began shouting for us to get ready quickly. We had our tea and were waiting for the dandi that had to be engaged for Babaji. The dandi walas were to come at night by 9 o'clock there, as still no trace of them. Babaji began upbraiding Kanhai Lal, who had arranged it. When they did arrive, Kanhai Lal burst out with rebukes at how late they had been. Their reply was, you cannot understand how difficult it is to come out in this rain and cold. You have plenty of warm clothes on you, but what do we have? It was early February and the cold had been intensified by a night of drizzling rain. The two men were lean and shivering with cold. When Kanhai Lal asked them to start, they asked for 8 rupees, although the agreement had been for 6 rupees. One of them pointed to Babaji and said, 6 rupees for this passenger.